going on, YouTubers? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. We got the old, man, I forgot about my GCI turf t-shirt. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for all the likes, the thumbs up on the project lawn. We continue just to show you guys from a piece of land that had no grass whatsoever. We transformed that into a beautiful lawn with GCI Cool Blue, a mix of Kentucky bluegrass and turf type tall fescue. So go check out the project lawn videos if you've not. Up at my church, it's going real well. We're in the midst of troubleshooting some possible issues, and we did a couple applications last video, so go check out the previous video if you've not seen that. We didn't overseed here behind me because we really didn't feel the need to, although we've talked about recently that back here by the shed, it really did thin out during the summer, at the end of the summer. I thought that wasn't an issue, but apparently it was. So anyways, also update on the Poa Triv. We showed in a video not too long ago, we did the green shoots, which is over here, the glyphosate gel foam. And some of y'all were like, man, you should just pluck it, man. You should. Well, I applied it with the gel foam and I just went and checked it out. It's completely just gone. It just torched the whole thing. And so that's good. But the big news here in Central North Carolina right now is lack of water. We're not having a lot of rain and the high heat. We're going to be close to 85 degrees this next 7 days with no rain in sight. So the summer trend is continuing here in Central North Carolina, at least for us. But thank you for tuning in. Enough about that. If you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Use the super thanks if you can. Help support the channel so we can buy more products. Things are increasing in price all over the place. And speaking of that, that's what we want to talk about today. And this is coming late, but I think it's going to be important for next year as well. And some people, even the spring, that don't know you're supposed to plant your tall fescue in the fall so it can gain roots for the spring. But that's what I want to talk about is tall fescue grass seed. And recently we shared, I believe we shared here on the channel, that GCI Turf and Pete up in Reidsville, North Carolina, he's further out to the west than where I am. He shared that his lawn care channel, that his company GCI Turf, their seed is now going to be blue tag certified, which strictly means it goes through another process to be a verified, certified blue tag seed that is weed free, and it does bump up the price of that a little bit to go through another process to verify there's no weeds in there. It does have to go through an extra step, but that's to verify you get what you pay for. It was not blue tag certified before. There's really no change, but he wanted that certification of it. But with that, he talked about a change in the blend, and I have not memorized the change in the grass seeds that he went from the old formula, or I should say mix or blend, into the new one. There was a change. Now, you guys remember, I talked about even out here in my lawn, I started out with GCI, the OG regular GCI turf type tall fescue. That's what I did originally the first year when I showed you my pictures. The next year I thought, hey, as a dumb DIYer that thought I could do it with city water, I tried the Cool Blue. It looks phenomenal. It's one of the best seeds I've ever used. And not so much the Cool Blue itself, but the mix of tall fescue and Kentucky bluegrass. That's mainly what I mean there. But too much water that I couldn't sustain that, so went back. And then at about that time, the third year I was doing lawn care, GCI released Spreader Elite, and we've talked about that here. Spreader Elite is a genetically engineered fescue that will laterally spread a little bit slower than Kentucky bluegrass, but typically tall fescue does not spread. And so that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today. The new formula of the GCI turf type tall fescue is a laterally spreading fescue. You're getting the Spreader Elite in the original GCI turf type tall fescue. I guess the Spreader Elite will go away. I'm not positive on that. But the point is, when we're looking at local grass seed blends, I shared a photo here recently of Triple Threat, which is my local blend, which is a great seed. And none of this is to downgrade or talk bad about GCI or talk bad about Triple Threat or anything like that. But I just want to bring this point out to you to consider when you're thinking about grass seed. My local blend, I put both of a 25-pound bag from Triple Threat in the cart, and I put a 25-pound bag of the new GCI seed in the cart. And I was just looking at them side by side, and they both came out to $1 difference between my local blend and the GCI blend. That's they're both blue tag certified seeds. So let me say that the blue tag means it is weed free, and that you're guaranteed weed free to go through that extra step to get that blue tag certified. If you go a little bit, if you go without the blue tag certification, you may get your seed cheaper, but it's not guaranteed to be weed free. So just keep that in mind. But $1 difference between the two. And what I noticed is if I was to physically drive over about 30 minutes or so, maybe 40 minutes from my house to pick up the triple threat, then it would save me the shipping, which was $50. So I could save $50 and it would be half the price as the GCI, where the GCI offers free shipping, but the cost is about the same to have both sent to my house. So if you're going to have both sent to if you're going to have it sent to your house, you can't go physically pick up the local blend of seed in your area. They are both relatively the same price. So know that. So which one would you pick, Mr. Ferguson? Because you're a GCI fanboy, you would pick that, right? Here's what I would pick and why I would pick it. I would go with the GCI turf type tall fescue because of what we just talked about previously. The new blend and formula is a laterally spreading fescue, where the local blend here with triple threat is not. It is a clumping tall fescue. It's how God made it, if you will. The genetically engineered fescue will spread. It will fill in the little gaps. That's the difference. So for $1 difference in the GCI shipped to my house, I get a laterally spreading tall fescue type grass versus a tall fescue from the triple threat, which both looks beautiful. I've seen both of them. They both almost look identical, to be honest with you. I can't tell much of a difference, but one will spread and one will not spread. So is it worth $1 to you to buy one that would spread versus not spread? To me, I would rather have the spreading capabilities of that tall fescue. When we talk about getting brown patch and you're like, crap, now I got a big patch of dead grass on my lawn, we have to apply our fungicides and then we have to reseed that. Well, if we reseed and it doesn't come up as thick as we want, in theory, the laterally spreading tall fescue will fill in those gaps. If you've got animals peeing in your yard or deer coming in or whatever, the laterally spreading grasses is just going to help thicken it up just by default, just because of what it is. Where if I buy the triple threat, it is, some people may not want that spreading fescue. They don't want it creeping into their mulch beds. You may not want it creeping into your lawn or your neighbor's lawn. And again, this isn't a Bermuda. Bermuda at the golf course, it fills in those divots at the golf course quickly. Kentucky bluegrass, a little slower than that. The fescue, Pete said, is even slower than the Kentucky bluegrass. It is not going to quickly, you wake up like vines and it's covering your neighbor's house. So let's be realistic here. But we're talking about thickening up your lawn just by doing what it's engineered to do. So I just wanted to bring that to you on a Friday video. Maybe you're watching this and it's almost the 2020, or 2024. We're going into fall 2024 and you're looking at grass seeds. Consider the GCI new blend with the laterally spreading grass seed of turf type tall fescue. I think it's a great idea. I don't see any really, besides it creeping into your mulch beds or something like that, I don't see a lot of downsides to it. But if you do, leave your comments below and let me know your thoughts. And again, this is not to diss. I wear the triple threat shirts, the hats proudly. And again, I highly promote their products because that grass seed looks great. But if given the choice shipped to my house at the same price, I'd rather have that grass that's going to fill in kind of like the golf course and thicken up and have that laterally spreading. And that may be something that the triple threat local companies in your area, you may want to check with your local grass seed distributors. Maybe they have a type of cultivar that is already a laterally spreading cultivar, and maybe I'm just ignorant on it. So comment below your thoughts on this topic. Are you guys more like, yeah, that's a great idea, that's what I would go with, I want a fescue that's going to spread and thicken up like Kentucky bluegrass? Or are you like, nah, I'm going to stick with the way God made it? He made it not to spread, it's a clumping, and you have to overseed it every year in order to thicken it up, and that's the way I'm going to go. What are your thoughts? Leave your comment below. I think it's a fascinating thing to talk about, and everybody may have different opinions on it, but cost wise, at least in 2023, $1 difference. I think that's just fascinating. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in this Friday for this talking head type video instead of being out on the lawn. The lawn's looking great, as you see behind me. We got some color. It's looking fantastic. So tune in Monday with another lawn care video here from Central North Carolina. God bless you.